Hi everyone, this is your daily dose of democracy. Hunter Avalone explain what's the real meaning of Kilmar Garcia tattoo just got revealed. Special thanks to Occupy Democracy.
Donald Trump may have survived impeachments, investigations, and enough scandals to sink 10 political careers, but there's one opponent he's never been able to quite outrun: himself. From foot-in-mouth interviews to absolute blatant hypocrisy, Trump's greatest nemesis isn't the media, the Democrats, or even the deep state. It's actually, you guessed it, Trump himself. Stick around because by the end of today's video, you'll see exactly how Trump just handed his enemies the perfect ammo, and we didn't even have to dig for it. What's up everybody, my name is Hunter Avalone with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Let's look over a couple recent stories which just demonstrate how much of a nightmare Trump is for Trump. First, we have Donald Trump back in 2024 tweeting out a bunch of scare tactics, claiming that if Kamala wins, you are 3 days away from the start of a 1929-style economic depression. This aged like milk on a hot California beach, because Trump recently sat down for an exclusive interview when he was asked if he was concerned about a recession. This was his answer.
Are you comfortable with the country potentially dipping into a recession for a period of time if you are able to achieve your long-term goals?
Well, you know, you say some people on Wall Street say, well, I tell you something else. Some people on Wall Street say that we're going to have the greatest economy in history.
Is it okay in the short term to have a recession?
This. Look, yeah, everything's okay. What we are, I said, this is a transition period. I think.
Okay, got it. So if Kamala would have won, the economy would have tanked, but now Trump won, and he's kind of just fine with it. He's just making the same promises he was already making on the campaign trail. It feels like this clown is literally just dangling a carrot in front of Americans, hoping they'll continue to follow him around aimlessly. Let's take a look at another example. Donald Trump recently spoke for the National Day of Prayer, where he basically just simped for religion.
We're bringing back religion in our country, and we're bringing it back quickly and strongly, because for America to be a great nation, we must always be one nation under God, a phrase that they would like to get rid of, the radical left. But Ben, I don't think we're going to let them get rid of that, right? We're not letting them get rid of that. I want to thank a man of incredible faith who's with us, Speaker Mike Johnson, for being here. He's done an incredible job. Thank you, Mike, very much.
Fast forward a few days later, and Trump is now making religion a meme. This post was unironically made by the official White House. So Donald Trump is a godless man, a convicted criminal, and he cheated on his wife with a porn star, but now he's posting photos of himself as the Pope. This is a direct insult to anybody who is Catholic, Christian, religious in general. So when Trump needs to feel good by earning the evangelical vote, he is super into religion. You know, he loves the Bible. But the minute he loses interest in that, he just mocks religion if it helps make him feel good about himself. This is the problem with having an insecure man baby as the president. Even more so, Trump recently slammed Joe Biden for basically weaponizing the Department of Justice.
Our predecessors turned this Department of Justice into the Department of Injustice, but I stand before you today to declare that those days are over, and they are never going to come back. They're never coming back.
And now Trump is doing the exact same thing he accused Biden of doing, only worse.
And attached to that was a memo that gave Mr. Martin permission to fire probationary employees. The termination letter I received stated the decision was based on your actions in the prosecution of persons relating to the events that occurred at or near the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021.
Now, all of Trump's hypocrisy has culminated to the moment you've been waiting for. This spectacular collision between Trump and Trump is just hilarious. It's basically the equivalent of Donald Trump dropping a bombshell on himself by mistake. There are two different times Trump accidentally sabotaged his own case against Kilmar Abrego Garcia.
We have breaking news, as Trump may have just torpedoed his own case against Garcia, a Maryland man wrongfully deported. Once again, this proves that Trump is his own worst enemy.
In a stunning, self-inflicted blow, Donald Trump has publicly admitted twice that he can comply with a Supreme Court order and simply chooses not to. In a recent ABC interview, Trump was asked if he could secure the return of